Welcome to Calling the Shots podcast with Paulie Walnuts. I am your host, Paulie. Boy, what a crazy Saturday, man! I got to tell you, I'm a big fan of rivalry games, and either you win or you lose. I mean, I just want a good game, and it was a tough part. Tough that we didn't end up winning that game. But on a positive note, I saw us fighting, and showing some life here and there, and we got beat up physically, man. We got beat up. That was a really imposing offensive line. And if you look at the two battles that we've had where we've struggled, it was against teams with grown men. With how can I say this? With their senior laden teams, Illinois. Nothing but seniors packed on that team with a lot of pride coming off a huge loss. You got Notre Dame, which their season's on the line. And you got a guy like Love. That's the real deal. That's the best player in the country. Should be the number one overall pick based on talent, but they'll probably end up picking some other quarterback or something as the number one pick. That's just the way it goes. But and Price is no joke either. So we got a heavy dose of that. I mean, I think it was a huge emphasis on stopping. I think we kind of bought into the car hype a little bit too much. If you ask me, I really wasn't impressed with him at all. I think there's a lot of flaws in his game. And I think we just bought into this whole hype about how this guy was the real deal and this and that. I thought Riley Leonard was a lot better, and we played Notre Dame to the end last year as well. But it was yeah, of course we made some bonehead mistakes. There was those drop balls that normally wouldn't be dropped. There was play calls that normally wouldn't be made. But it happens. It's sports, man. I don't know how many times to get this to people's heads. It's sports. It happens. Okay? Some of the greatest coaches in the history of sports have made bonehead decisions before in the middle of close games. And right, I don't want right away. It's going to seem like, oh man, Mister Paulie Walnuts here, man, the biggest Lincoln Riley homer. And you know what? The way I'm looking at this is that what do we want here? Do we really want to go through another rebuild? Is that what everybody wants? Do you want to have to go through that again? I don't want to go through that. I'm happy. I'm content knowing that we're on the right track. I've always said there's levels to this, and we're like right here. I'm thinking by 2028, 2027, God willing, we can see continued improvement, and we can finally get to that pinnacle. By then, we're dominating the college landscape here. We're in the mix. We're with the big boys, and then that's where I want to be. And if you think about it, 2027, late 2027, maybe 2028, that's when I want to be in that. I'd like to see us in that mix. But in the meantime, though, we're not there yet. Yeah? We're not there. We have a lot of improvement to make. We have a lot of young players, and hopefully that will learn from experiences like this. I mean, it's sometimes it takes people a little bit longer, but eventually a player, they're going to learn how to flip that switch, just like we all do in life. We've gotten to a point where, I'm not going to let anybody push me around anymore. Or, I'm tired of the way I'm treated at this job, and I'm going to flip that switch, and I'm going to draw a line in the sand and say, this is what I'm about, and kind of prove yourself. And we've all done it. It's the same thing with these younger players. It's like, just sometimes it takes that maturation process of learning how to be a man and play. The sport that they play it's a violent, aggressive sport, and immediately they want these young kids to just, you're gonna be a man, you're gonna be a killer. It takes time. It takes time to get a mindset like that. You look at Reggie White, Troy Polamalu, Heinz Ward, some of the most caring and loving individuals in the history of athletics. Walter Payton, and but for some reason they just knew how to flip that switch when they needed to. And it takes players. It takes certain players a certain amount of time to do that. And it's experiences like this where we were in a battle. Where they beat us up. These varsity athletes beat us up, man. They got us, and there's no way around it. And as far as that goes, I mean, we still had a chance to win that game. We really did. I thought it was over when we came back. Lincoln dialed up that call, which everybody thought was genius, and they loved it, and it was the greatest call in the world. And he's, oh my God, there he goes, get digging in his bag, and he's, oh my Lord, he was the greatest thing ever when they hit Jacoby deep like that. But then, in the kickoff return, unfortunately, a couple young players, they missed some tackles that should have been made, and we, my heart goes out to them. They know better than anybody. They should have made those plays. Unfortunately, it was a huge impact from that moment. From that moment, we had that stadium was done. The players were done. We had all the momentum. They're ready just to put our foot on their throat and just end this game and move on and get out of there with a win. And it didn't even last a few seconds. It came back and bit us right in the butt. And that's just football, man. It happens. That's what makes rivalry games so special. And we're fortunately on the wrong side of that one, and there's nothing you can do about it. And as far as dialing up the plays, you know, I look at Lincoln, and thank you, Lincoln. Kudos to Coach Riley for at least admitting it that he made a mistake there. He's owning it. Him and the coaching staff are getting together and trying. They're gonna sit down and figure things out. And as a fan, I mean, all I can do is respect a man that's able to come out and say that. He was not very happy. That's probably the most upset I've seen him. And I guarantee there'll be some changes there. I'm happy with the direction of the way this team's moving. People have us at 5 losses. People have us at 4 losses. People have us at I had us at 2. Throughout the year, and there's still a chance we can possibly do that. Immediately, I mean, but getting back to the plays though, I just don't get why it's like this man can never win. No matter what he does, that goalpost is constantly they're moving it on him. And it's always this or that. They want to can him. They want to get rid of him. I don't want to go through a rebuild again. I don't want that. I don't think any of us do. Who are we gonna go hire? Luke Fickle? Napier's there. How about let's go get Houston Nutt? Huh? You think Houston Nutt will make a difference for us? He sounds like a great coach, huh? My God, let's go get Urban Meyer. Let's go get him. He'll turn the program around. Oh yeah, Houston can. I mean, Urban can. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Just come on. This is what we have in front of us, and this is what we're going to battle with. It's like at work. This is anybody's job. These are the tools they give you to perform your job. You got to do the best with it. And this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. Is I'm riding with this team no matter what. I mean, God, man, this patch right here, this logo, everything, this institution, this university means the world to me. I'm a Trojan through and through, and I always will be. It does not matter. If God I hope they ride this Lincoln thing out because I think we're on the right track. I mean, we got the number 1 recruiting class coming in. And plus, these guys are ready to compete now when they come in. And the play calling. Some of the greatest coaches in the history of history of football have made some of the most bonehead decisions. Do we not remember Pete Carroll, what he did to us in the Rose Bowl against Texas? But that's okay, right? One of the dumbest coaching decisions ever. Running with Lindell. Forget about Reggie over there. And on top of that, we could have punted and put him in deeper territory and made it more difficult for him. But no, we're running Lindell, and we're going to get in there, and we're going to get that first down. We got stuffed. Bill Belichick, one of the greatest coaches of all time, with everyone's GOAT, Tom Brady, against the Colts on the 20-yard line. Ego kicks in, guys. It happens to the best of them. It's part of who they are and what makes them successful as coaches. It also can be their downfall sometimes. But it's how they bounce back is what makes them the great coaches. Look at Belichick. What a stupid decision he made on his own 20. Him and Tom thought it'd be a great idea to shoot it to Kevin Falk in the flat. And what happens? Kevin Falk gets stuffed on their own 20. Indianapolis takes it and scores and wins the game. Done. Pete Carroll, everybody's favorite. out there dancing with the players, diving off the high dive out in the swim area, having a great time. And oh, he's the greatest thing ever. But people don't remember the bonehead moves he made. Look what he did in the Super Bowl. Had a chance to run that in and seal the deal against the Patriots. Said he passes. It happens. Egos get in the way. Riley's no different. They're all the same. How many times decisions have been made like that? But what I like about my coach, and I like the fact that he owned up to it and he said, you know what, that's on me. It was a bad move, but it happens. You want to get your. Sometimes I can only imagine the pressure that's on these guys. I'd probably do the same thing. I'd say, where's my number one player on this team? I got to get him the ball somehow. Let him make a play. I mean, my God. And so as far as the defense, gaping holes and all of that, you know what? Why don't we get out there and try to stop Love, man? It's not happening. I don't care, man. Guys in the NFL probably couldn't stop that guy right now, the way he's running the ball. It just, every so often you run into a buzzsaw like that, man, and we got it. Okay? Everybody had us losing this game anyway. I don't know what everybody's flipping out on. We had a chance to win this, guys. We were there. The game was over after that score. And then the special teams thing happened, and that was it. That just killed us. That was a final dagger in the heart right there. But you learn from it, and you move forward. And my heart goes out to the two young individuals that I wish they know that, one of them knows he wish he could have that play back. Then make that tackle and secure that victory for us, because I know it was over after that. That team wanted no part of us anymore. Jaden played a solid game. Thought Jaden did great. He is what he is, but he's definitely going down as one of those Trojans that are up there. I'm not saying he's on Mount Rushmore Trojan, but he's definitely one of my faves for the adversity that he faced, the hate, the doubts, the doubters out there, to come back and be smooth and calm and to strike, man, with that tropical thunder, man, when he hit Jacoby with that beautiful pass right there. That's a thing of beauty. But you live and die, man, with some of the play calls, and you do what you got to do to try to get what you think is best to get your team in some. He thought too much, man. He put too much into it, got too cute with it, basically, and made a mistake, and that's just the way it goes. That's the way it goes. But we got a young team here, man. If you guys want to count them, man, then really think hard about that. Everyone thinks, the grass is always greener on the other side, man. It doesn't work that way sometimes. It really think about what this university would have to go through again. Look at all the improvements that we've made, how far we've come, and I'm proud of our team, and I think we can win this thing out. It's immediately, this is how we are as a fan base. We're no way we can win in Oregon. We're done. They're gonna run all over us. We're done. Isn't that my Lord, bro? What the heck is wrong with us? What makes them so superior that we don't stand a chance to win in Oregon? Seriously. In today's football, in college football, anyone can win anytime. Look at how many top teams have gone down just in one weekend. What was it, 5 that went down this past weekend? It happens. And you know what? We're a pretty darn good team, man. Underestimate us all you want. We're going to continue to learn from this, and I think, you know what? We can go into Oregon. We will go in Nebraska and be a better team. And you know what? It's like Riley reminds me of Steve Young during his years. No matter what he did, it was never good enough. You're never Joe Montana. You suck. Get rid of him. He can't win the big one. He'd win a playoff game and still not good enough. You didn't advance to the NFC playoff games. He does that, still not good enough. Wins against the Chargers. Okay, thank you for the championship, but you had an all-star team. You're not as good as Joe Montana. You never can win with the guy. So Steve Young, You know what, man? He earned my respect during that run because you know what? All he did was win. And 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 Riley, man, he's really he's turned to a point where we take for granted the offense that we have. We take for granted the fact that we're not a laughing stock anymore. We're relevant. You know, people talk about us now. We're in the news. We're back. We're just not there yet, man. We're not there yet. It's gonna take some time. And we're on the right path. Eventually, you know, can you imagine Walker Lyons teamed up with Mark Bowman? How beautiful that's gonna be. We have Pepe, bro, just learning, dude, from the big unit, dude, and if the big unit's still around, and out there and just being that cornerstone offensive lineman that we need. That I mean, that guy's like five. That guy's legitimate NFL talent right there. Look at Tui. Tui practically lives on campus already, dying to be a show. You got young kids like Gus Cordova. You got young kids like Desmond Stevens who somehow is getting pancaked, but somehow ends up with 10 tackles. I think. You know, it's just Jane Walker's all these young guys. You know, our linebackers are going to learn from that. You know, there was times the holding. I mean, God, dude, did you see that one where Desmond's trying to break off? The guy's just man, just pretty much just yanking his entire jersey and grabbing him and holding him down, and then he pancakes him. And it is what it is. It's college football. But one thing I will say about Big Ten officiating, something needs to happen. When you start affecting the pace of the game, something needs to happen. We don't need to sit there when the entire stadium knows, my grandmother knows, everyone knows that it was it was a drop pass, not an interception. But yeah, we got to go to this booth. It seems like 10 minutes, man, sitting there reviewing something that's so stupid. It's affecting the pace of the game. I don't like it, and I'm over it. So anyway, enough is enough. Let's go ahead and turn this thing around, guys. I'm ready, man. Come on. Let's fight on, dude. You know what? I'm giving my heart and soul to this team. I'm happy. I wake up every Saturday, dude, excited and grateful to God that you know what I got this. I got you know my buddy Preston. And we get to make a fun show with him in the morning. All these content creators that I've met, dude, that have really been reaching out to me. We talk on the phone and enjoy each other's company. And these are the true brothership, fellowship that's been these bonds that have been formed. And you know from Raul to Guns to everybody out there, man. I mean, B Jinx, Kristen, all of them, dude. USC, it goes on and on. You guys have all been such a big support system to me. USCJ, Tim Prangley, all of you guys, man. Ryan taking my calls, dude, and everybody being so good. And you know what, man? I love that. And this is what USC's given. It's given me a lot in my life. And I'm at that point in my life where I'm so grateful. I am grateful, truly grateful, man, to be able to have this opportunity to be able to talk Trojan football. So I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna ride with it. Call me a homer, whatever the flip you want to call me. I'm fine with it. But but this is our team, and this is who I'm going to battle with, man. Here we go, guys. Fight on. Let's not give up, okay? Let's not. It's one game, and I don't care. I don't care if we go into Oregon and whatever happens happens. Going to Nebraska, whatever happens happens. I'm riding with this team, and I know there's a lot of you out there that feel the same way. Fight on, man. Please hit like and subscribe. Calling the shots. Podcast with Paulie Walnuts on YouTube. Make sure you hit my index. You can see all my social media platforms. Let's go ahead and do this, man. Fight on, guys. All right, talk to you soon.